Just days before what would have been President John F. Kennedy's 100th birthday, the JFK Hyannis Museum opened its brand new exhibit celebrating his life and legacy.
The JFK 100 Life and Legacy exhibit tells the story of JFK's life from his boyhood through his presidency. But the exhibit does not end in 1963. President Kennedy's inspiration and influence lives on here on Cape Cod, as well as across the country and the world. From the signing of the Cape Cod National Seashore Bill to the founding of the Peace Corps to the space program. And his call to public service was and still is a Kennedy hallmark.
Well, you know, the exhibit's meant to do two things. It's really meant to capture certainly the life and legacy of the president, you know, his time as president, but more importantly, his life leading up to being president. Not only is it coming in to kind of be inspired, maybe refreshed, but maybe to give some material to have a voice, you know, and to get into the engaging of some of the issues around locally or in the state or around the country.
Karen Smith of Illinois attended Monday's grand opening. She recalled catching a glimpse of Kennedy as a senator in 1959.
I was a student at Ball State. It was a teacher's college back then in Muncie, Indiana, which is now famous because David Letterman graduated from there. And Senator Kennedy came to the campus in 1959 and rode around in a convertible, sitting up on the top of the convertible, and waved to everybody. And he was very handsome, and so I did get to see him in person. And whether or not
Anne Mulligan's mother worked for Cardinal Cushing. She attended Kennedy's inauguration in 1961.
I actually have a couple of pieces here from the inauguration. This is really the invitation to the inauguration. So we went to the inauguration and to the inaugural ball. So again, the Cardinal, being most generous, said, you know, to my mother, you know, see if Anne would like to go, and she wants to bring some of her friends. So, of course, we took advantage, and I was a senior in college at the time, and we'd been working on the campaign. I went to Boston College School of Nursing, so a group of us were out campaigning or leaving leaflets in Dudley Square in Roxbury. It was right next to where we were doing our maternity rotation at that time at St. Margaret's Hospital. So.
Former Senator Paul Kirk filled the seat left vacant when Ted Kennedy passed away in 2009. Senator Kirk spoke at Monday's grand opening, touching upon Kennedy's legacy of public service and civic engagement.
And one of the things that he transmitted to us, not 10 minutes after he took his oath of office, it wasn't pander, it wasn't promise, it was challenge to be better citizens. And John's heard me say this. I refer to it, while it started on a very cold winter day, I refer to it that he launched on that day what I call the height of America's political springtime. Because there was a burst and bloom of civic energy, a rush by most citizens to engage and respond to that call. And folks like that are still serving, and their kids are inspired to do the same. And so that is very much a part of what we celebrate and what he would want us to celebrate. There were some intangible qualities that John Kennedy brought to us as a president of the United States about patriotism and sacrifice and service and better citizenship, and we were a better country for it. And so what we do today is, in some ways, it's a gesture of gratitude. In other ways, it's a gesture of reminder, not to say, isn't it too bad that's not here now? It's a reminder that it is possible, and we can renew those kinds of spirits where it's lacking.
JFK at 100 Life and Legacy is on display now at the JFK Hyannis Museum on Main Street in Hyannis.